G'day YouTube, finally back with another video. Today I'm making a skate shelf. So I've been collecting some of my old skate decks and I thought I was putting to good use and make a skateboard shelf. So for my shelf I've decided to use a threaded rod. So I've got this is about 1.2 meters tall, 12mm threaded rod. I've got four pieces and we're going to use just nuts and washers to hold. We're going to drill through the boards and hold them in place. You'll get that started soon. And then this as my base, a nice piece of indoor timber. It is 75 by 45 mil, something like that, 7 by 45. And we'll get started. I'll show you, just run through some of my old decks. So this deck, got Santa Cruz grip tape. It's just an 8.5, picked it up from my local skate shop, so skate ski. Not a bad deck. I put a slight snap in it, and if you want to keep skating it, it's not that bad. But anyway, this deck is Quasi. So it was a good deck. Snapped it trying a hill flip on a bank. Landed like this, just put a hairline crack through here, and it got worse, and I didn't want to fully snap it because I wanted to have a full deck for my shelf. I picked up this deck for $10. I wanted to get a few more, so I have a bit of a taller shelf. It's a Girls Skateboard Company. I peeled off the grip tape, which took a while. I actually used WD-40 and a whole lot of scrubbing. Took probably an hour and a half, and then I've sanded down the edges to clean it up a little bit. This deck is Real Skateboard. Got this from Ramp Attack. So it's not too bad. I don't think it's damaged too badly. I've got a chip here. I just wanted a new deck, so stopped skating it. This one is, I picked it up for $5. I don't actually know what the brand of this board is. Made in Mexico, handcrafted by PS Sticks. Don't really know that company, but I think it's a pro model by Brad Smith, or anyway, Carl Smith, whatever. Let's bring that up here. That's what I'm trying to read. Can you see that? Not really. Anyway, $5, just to add a bit more to it. I like, don't mind the top of it, comes alright. And then my last deck, probably my favourite decks I've ever had, chocolate skate deck. Pretty nice deck, got a little crack here, and then yeah, most of my decks last about 8 months, pretty good. But anyway, let's get started. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to work my base and then build up from there. We're going to cut this piece of timber in half. This is going to be my base, and I'm going to drill these two decks. We're going to have two wide at the bottom, and we're going to stack them up one by one through this threaded rod. Something like that. And yeah, so start with the base, drill these in, fasten the threaded rod through into the timber, pilot hole, drill hole, whatever, and then we have to just mark out evenly where I'm going to put my drill holes through the decks to pass the threaded rod through. So we'll get started with that. Okay, cut this in half. It is, I think, 1.2 long.
1.2, cool. Find the middle again. This is it.
I'm only going to have to cut this piece of timber hopefully once. Depends if I want my edges to overhang, which I haven't thought about that yet. But I'm just going to use good old school, the handsaw. Looking straight, good. Beautiful. Not bad at all. Like that. These are my base. Put my decks on top like this. You know what? Don't know if I want to overhang or not. Yeah, so think about that. Right. So I've decided I'm just going to keep it flush, cut them off, and that'll be sweet. Alright, so I'll cut it 420 mils. Beautiful. Lovely. Now we'll do the same for the other piece. So sweet, I have cut my piece of timber. They're pretty good. I'm going to give them a quick sand. The next step for me, I'm going to mark the location for my threaded rod through a piece of timber, and then we're going to fasten that and mark the location on each deck so they line up nicely. They're being stacked up through here, and then we'll drill the decks to the timber at the base, and we'll go from there. Keep track and keep going. Okay, I've marked the place where I want to drill for my hole through my deck, my threaded rod. I've decided to do one first and do that as the foundation. These are my markings. Here we go. Whoop. Doop. 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 There we go, that's them. And we shall drill a little hole with my drill. A very professional setup here, as you can see. We've got a 13 millimeter drill bit for a 12 millimeter steel threaded rod. They're galvanized, and yeah, we'll drill these holes. A very professional setup, but you know how it is. Got to keep things exciting. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Lovely, 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 lovely. Make sure these are straight, don't we? It should be pretty good. Yeah, no, that's first lot of holes done. Okay, so just about to put my drill holes into my last deck. It's going pretty well. Just using this as my guide. I've got to mark them, so that's pretty good. Last one too. I'm drilling through the top on the bottom because I want this to be sitting up. I don't want any rough marks on the side that I'll be seeing. So as I'm seeing this side, we'll drill down from the top. Lovely. So all my skate decks have been drilled. It's time to attach the bottom two decks to my timber base. Let's just have a quick look at this. Who's over there? Oh, g'day Daniel.
What's up?
Okay, so these are my skate decks drilled. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. And let's do a little test. This is my little test. See how my straight drill feed these ones through as well, but we don't need to do that now. The next step that I want to do is attach my bottom two decks to my timber base, and then also drill into my timber base to secure the threaded rod into my timber. And I'm going to do like a countersink in so it sits flush at the bottom. And then this deck I am not attaching to the threaded rod. It's going to be sitting somewhat like this with my timber underneath like that, on this way actually. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm just here lining up my bottom skate decks on top of the timber, make sure they're pretty square, and then we're going to drill my hole through the timber base. So we are pretty happy with this, and I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Drill through these. Beauty. Okay, so it's going pretty well. I've drilled in my 4 holes for my timber base for the threaded rod, and I want my threaded rod to sit flush on the floor.
The floor shelf. So I'm using this, so this will sit in here flush. I've got some drill bits here, so we'll just work that out. I reckon I have to use my 25mm drill bits, which will work with the washer that I have. And that will countersink nicely into the bottom of my timber base, which will sit flush on the floor. So that will work well.
Oh, gee-doopsie, you know what? I should have done it the other way around. I should have drilled my countersink first. So don't make the same mistake as me. Do the countersink first. But we'll make it work. It'll be fine. That'll work. How's a good muffin? Alright, break time's over. That's time to start bringing it all together. See, this is the fun part. We've got the right tools we need, my ratchet and my spanner. And now we're just going to start fastening a base to the bottom deck. Yeah, a few things. Just make sure your countersink part will be sitting on the floor, and your thread is not protruding out of the hole, that is sitting flush. And that's pretty good. And your washer. It's not the best setup, not the best way to be doing this, but oh well, we'll make it work. Make it work. Alright, we'll just get this one roughly in place. Yeah, that's good. And then we get my other one in. Lovely. Alright, something like that. That's pretty much it. Alright, so this is what the base is starting to look like. It's coming up pretty good. Trying to get that pretty flush, which is not bad at all. So just have to make sure we're tightening this properly. There's no need to over tighten it, just get nice and firm. And something like this is alright. Pretty much what I'm after. And as we put our other decks in, it will bind these two together So I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along. So what we'll do is we'll obviously add the other base on, and then we'll connect all the decks. Okay, I'm just about to fasten other two threaded rods into my base on the other side. And yeah, you get the idea. I'm using some chairs to prop up the other side. But anyway, so skate shelf is coming together pretty nicely. My deck at the bottom was a little bit twisted, so it was struggling to sit straight. So I had to put some spaces under here, just some timber, and that's alright. But I reckon when I start adding other decks on, it'll space it out. Before I do that, I'm going to screw on my other deck because I want too wide. I'll screw it on there. I'm just going to use my truck holes on either side of the nose and the tail, and then I will pilot drill the timber first. It's just a fairly soft timber's just pine. I don't want to split anything, so we'll do that. Beautiful. My last screw. I'm using 50mm timber screws, pilot hole first, and then yeah, in the screw goes. Beautiful. That's my base done. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. Stack the decks up now. Okay, sweet. So my first skate deck is about to go on for the next part of the shelf. It's a good idea to get a piece of timber cut to length at which you want your in between your shelves to be. Mine's about 27.5 centimeters, and also maybe it's grab on level to make sure your bolts are sitting roughly level, sort of thing. Let's put this deck on. That's beautiful. I am really happy with that. Really happy with that. I'll grab my washers. Probably don't really need washers, probably a bit of overkill, but I like the industrial look of the washer and the bolt, so we're going to stick with that. Good. I'm really happy with this. You don't want to watch me do that, so let's just start a new video. Wait, get stacking these decks up. Takes a while to bring these bolts down, but now we're getting there. Other deck, let's go. Looking good. That's beautiful. Oh, nah, that's awesome. Looking really nice. Super cool. Sweet. It's coming out really nicely. I'm very happy with it. These are the wheels. Those are my first trick skate deck, so I decided to put them in as a little bit of a feature. About to add on my second last deck now. Just chuck my washers on first. It's coming out really nicely. hopefully you're enjoying the video, and maybe we give you a bit of inspiration to build your own skate deck shelf. It's always nice to try and put your skate decks to good use. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so pretty happy it's coming together. But yeah, like I did, I've also picked up these really cheap, so I mean there's no harm in picking up some old skate decks. This is like $10. That was $5. Just have to peel off the grip tape, which is a little bit of a process, but yeah, it's worth it. And then I've also been using the level just to make sure. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Getting really close, almost done. There's one more deck to whack on, so we'll put that on top. This one will go on top, and we'll screw that down. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm also going to do a little feature with these wheels. So I picked up these wheels from a guy that sells skate hardware and stuff. These were Australian made, and the company doesn't produce these wheels anymore. They're Cubal, the longboard wheels, but that's alright. So we're going to chuck these on the edge of the timber. I think that'll finish it up nicely, and that'll look pretty cool. It'll look pretty cool. So almost done. Lovely. Oh, that's awesome. Now wash this down. You beauty. That is awesome. That's nice. The good thing about this little skate shelf, it is rather flexible in the sense that with time you can adjust, boards around. You can swap out decks, chuck another deck on if you want. It does take a little bit of time threading your nuts down, but apart from that, it's really good. It's pretty solid as well. It's definitely not going to be falling over, so it's pretty awesome. Last thing I want to do, is just fix on the wheels at the base here. Not perfect, but it will work, unless I could try on these wheels perhaps. Maybe that'll fit better. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's swap the wheels around. Say these wheels are something else. And let's keep it trick skateboarding. Here's some of my old wheels, Spitfire. So let's just swap it around. These are some Spitfire wheels. They're pretty small as you can see, but they were some really nice wheels. And we got that going. Sweet. That should work pretty well with the washer. Oh, that's better. That's better. Alright, cool. I'll do that then. Get a washer through. Mate, that's awesome. There we go. That's sweet. Oh, there we have it. The finished skate shelf. I'm really happy with it. It's turned out really well. Yeah, I'm stoked, eh? Nah, it's really, really cool. It's a great way to use your leftover skate decks or old skate decks. No battery sign come up. Close that down. I'm almost done. Sweet. So, Yeah, these are my Spitfire wheels. I think that's a nice finish, I reckon. They come pretty well. Yeah, it's a good shelf. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Just a quick refresher on the hardware and materials I used. There are 4 12 millimeter thick, 1.2 meter high threaded rod, about 40 nuts and washers in total. I think I've been calling them in bolts. I think I've been calling these nuts bolts, but anyway, they're nuts that are 40 steel nuts and 40 steel washers, 4 on either side, top and bottom. And then I also used a couple of screws on my deck here, the true length of timber on the bottom, and then obviously drill bits, drill, saw, circus, or whatever you want to use to cut your material. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another video. I'm going to be doing a deck setup soon. So I did another skate deck, and I'll take that for a skate. Stay tuned for that, and hopefully this will inspire you to make a skate shelf or do something creative with your deck. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.